It's
Hello.
the holiday season, but we're still feeling spooky. Well, at least two of the three of us are.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was never spooky.
It's all good.
I was feeling festive in the last one, though. Thanksgiving and all.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, let's keep the festive feeling going here.
Yeah, I'm due a rewatch on this movie. I haven't seen this in a long time.
It's been about 2 years for me.
Okay, that was a little hype for that, actually.
We're gonna make you watch a horror podcast. I think those snowflakes are getting a little bloody.
That's how I like them.
That's how I like it, baby. All right, that's what we're watching. I couldn't for the life of me remember what the name of this movie was. In a world covered in Christmas carols.
Oh, that CGI. That 2015 CGI.
Yeah. It doesn't look bad. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't look terrible. I mean, it definitely looks fake, but it doesn't look terrible, at least.
Jesus saw that. All right, son. House is east, 100,000 whatever miles. Like, you got it. This is the rite of passage. If you can make
I'll
it
see you in a
back,
few days.
you are officially a man. Like, what? I'm 6. No one's even gonna know we're here. Hey, what are you guys doing here?
You've seen too much.
Man, y'all gonna be on the naughty list. He was like, "Oh, I have a fellow believer."
Finally, someone I can talk with.
Yeah, someone who knows things around here. Some intelligence has entered the room. Oh, I'm using that the next time. I feel one of my spells coming on. If he chops her face off. He's dead. So we just don't know what actually happened to these people.
Not yet. In due time.
You'll learn today.
I love when I start throwing questions or theories out the way Isaiah responds to it every time.
Might
Could
find
be.
out.
That's a good theory. I guess we'll find out. It's like he's so nice because I'll just be like way off, and he's just like, it might be. He knows it's not. What the hell is going on here, sir? She's not there anymore. All right, okay.
First taste of the ghost. Apparition or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, it was because she moved that. Kind of the same concept I assume with the Krampus thing. Maybe he released the Krampus when he broke the doll.
Yeah. Could be.
Could be. Oh man, that was good. It's a big joke. I'm stuck.
You know what isn't a joke? All-wheel drive.
Get out and push.
There you go. Just keep turning, keep turning, keep turning.
Except you can't get back out. It's probably locked.
Maybe. Come on, bitch. Open the door.
What was that guess by him? Like, for all we know, he could be down here with us. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my god, he's devouring that spaghetti. I mean, it's like he's never had spaghetti before. What you mean, no? I don't give a fuck, bitch. I will drop kick that
I'm not gonna
child.
lie, I kind of tend to agree with you. I'd be like, what do you mean, no?
That is my son. I will drop kick his soul out of his body and put it back in there. I do not care. And pick up the spaghetti off the table and clean it up.
Got him.
What?
Took the top of his head off.
But his brain was out. What is happening in the North Pole? What is going on? Okay, so how do these people tie in? That's the question. Them and the family. How do they tie in with Santa Claus fighting for his life in the North Pole?
It's a good question. It really is. Because the only connection we've really seen so far is the one girl that dropped off the keys is with the family that went to the great aunt. So,
Right.
but then you see Krampus running across the road. So
That's why she told him to leave, because he was like, let him loose. He coming for y'all first. Get by my house. I'm not playing with y'all. But then you saw the ghost girl here.
Mhm.
I guess it is kind of like a thing where maybe there is some connections, but at the end of the day, they're all kind of dealing with their own thing.
right.
I'm starting to get tingles in my back, so something's about to happen.
It's been a while since you said that. I'm glad. I'm starting to get that feeling in my back, man.
Yeah, my back's starting to. See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Creepy ass little boy. Then he's just gonna walk out like he wasn't being creepy. Bro, what? No. No, thank you. It's like he's mad because he wants to be with her and the daddy with her, and then it's gross because it's a different thing. It's not the son no more. But he's like, yeah, it could just be us. Bro, what?
Like them glowing eyes.
The fuck was that? A skeleton? What was that?
You got your ass.
What the fuck?
I love how
This
everybody
family's
quickly
nuts.
abandons dad. Like, fuck that guy.
This family is just atrocious. We have not.
Right?
I get the son. You're trying to save him. That's like kind of a mom duty. You would think the daughter would have a good enough connection. She would have wanted to stay by the dad's side. You would think something of that nature. Or the mom would be like, stay here. I'm going to get him. Like, Nothing. They just everyone's gonna die because they're all idiots. Oh God, William, this is not the time.
Oh, it's the perfect time.
This is not the time.
Yeah. It's time.
The sound that the belt makes when it clears all the loops.
Yeah. I wish you would. Don't you ever? Did she say they adopted him? What did she say?
I actually missed that. I don't know if that's what she said.
Or maybe she said when we went to the doctor, you said you could handle it.
Yeah, that's what she said, because he was the cop that found the kids the year prior.
Yeah. Okay. And, it was like, oh, you gonna be able to do kids? Because, my head's kind of fucked up. I can do it. And then he comes out there. I can't do it. Okay, so the son is still out there just fighting for his life with no inhaler.
Right.
Or he killed the son, I guess you could argue. Why is he on the ceiling? Oh my God, he cut his head off. Battery.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Got his ass right in the fucking throat.
I was gonna say, is there a flamethrower nearby by chance? I was like literally thinking that too. Like, is there a flamethrower of some sort? And Krampus, I say to you, burn from the flames of justice.
The flames of justice. Or the flames of Christmas. Or the flames of Christmas.
Oh, that guy was Krampus? What the fuck? Bro, what? So she like intentionally turned into Krampus to kill the grandma? What?
She let the anger in.
Some would say she let the dark side flow through her.
That too.
I guess I still don't really know what's going on here with this side of the story.
All due time, all will be revealed. Just a few minutes left.
Oh man. Oh, was that the guy that was up there?
Yep.
Oh shit. I guess I should have figured it out by the name, but I forgot his name that fast. Yo, that's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that ties in, because it's still real life.
Hey everybody, welcome back to We're Gonna Make You Watch. I am Brian. With me as always are my good friends Isaiah and Warren. And in this episode, we introduced Warren to A Christmas Horror Story.
Yep.
A movie I haven't seen a whole lot. I think this is only the second time I'd even watched it. But before we get too far into that, how you guys been this week?
You know, pretty busy.
That's what you were saying.
Work sucks, but that's a whole different story. But I mean, you know, this is coming out during the Christmas season. I am starting to get a little festive as spooky season's kind of winding down and transitioning into the holidays. So I'm excited for that. I'm not excited for the weather. I'm not excited for the snow, but I am excited for some good Christmas movies and good Christmas horror movies like we watched tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, been doing a lot of movie watching, especially still. AMC Fear Fest is still going on because we're recording this
Right.
before Halloween. I watched every Final Destination movie, a couple of Friday the 13th movies, and beyond that, gone to a haunted house at the Mall of America. That was a
How was that?
lot of fun. You know, I think it was a little more disappointing this year than it was last year because they took a
Okay.
lot of the elements that made it special out of it to make it more accessible for everybody.
Oh.
Because what they did last year is they had it where you could do a VIP experience and you'd get extra bits of story to go along with it. Plus, you'd get some souvenirs. But you got this card that you could use throughout the haunt to access different areas, and you had to
Oh.
try to basically solve this story in essence to make it through and find secret rooms
Okay.
and other
Okay.
things because they had a part where they have a like a living room and you could get your picture taken there with a Polaroid camera that you could keep afterwards, and then
Okay.
that accessed you into the bar because they had a bar in the middle of the haunt that you could visit to
Yes.
get a drink and stuff.
Fuck yeah.
But they also have the regular bar that's outside for everybody. So that was kind of cool little experience that they had last year. But this year, they because they wanted everybody to be able to experience everything, it just kind of dumbed it down. I guess it was still fun. I mean,
Boo.
I still had a lot of fun with it, but it just didn't feel as special as it did, last year. But
Right.
this week's going to make up for it because we're going to the best haunted house hayride in the state and one of the top ones in the nation. So I'm looking forward to that
Hell
because
yeah.
this one is one of the ones where they can touch you, and so it gets a
Nope. That's
little.
not. No.
It gets a
I know you
little.
like. I know you're cool with that. I don't want no mother. As spooky as this guy gets, right? Like, fuck, keep your fucking hands off me. All right.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know
That's understandable.
where you've had them. I don't know whose dick you were touching. I don't know any of your shit. Keep your herpy hands off my body.
Nope, that's understandable. I mean, it's not for everybody, but yeah, this one they chase you around with chainsaws. There's a whole section of
See,
just
you can do that. Chase me
chainsaw
with
killers
a chainsaw. Chase me with
chasing
whatever
you.
you want. Chase me with your hands, I guess, because I'm gonna
Right.
fucking run from you. So,
But it should be good because they've got food trucks and all that shit. So
yeah,
they usually have stuff going on, before and afterwards. When you're standing in line, and I think I mentioned this on a previous episode, but it like the lines can get like Halloween Horror Nights where you can be in line for like 45 minutes,
yeah,
waiting for
yeah.
this thing. So it's quite the experience. I think it lasts close to an hour for the whole experience with the hayride plus the haunted house. So I think it's well worth it and
Very cool.
well worth the drive for it. So I'm definitely looking forward to that to kind of make up for the
Very
Mall of
cool.
America one being kind of dull this year. So, but
Yeah.
that's all I've been up to.
Right on, man. Warren, how's your week been?
It's been all right. You can tell you're in the spooky season. Seeing a lot of decorations going up. Lady out in
Yep.
our building has a pumpkin and stuff all out in the hallway.
Very cool.
Yeah. Me and Ryan went to Target the other night, and there were a bunch of kids dressed up as Soldier Boy, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where they were going, but it was like at least 8 or 9 of them. Big old white tees, jeans, the glasses, hats, everything. And I took the self obligation to turn on crank that as they walked past me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they were all like, what and then they saw me and started laughing. But so it definitely within the spooky season. Not as spooky related, but Wicked is coming out, I believe, next
Yes.
month.
That's
And
exciting.
so,
You got your tickets already?
Nope.
No?
But
Oh,
I
okay.
did go to Target early in the morning after a shift one day with Ryan to get Wicked Stanley Cups.
Oh, very cool.
So we have some Stanley Cups inspired by Wicked, and I'm excited because I like the musical. We went and saw it on Broadway in New York. So
Yeah, I remember when you did that.
e-
That's very cool.
excited to see the adaptation that they go with.
I'm excited too. Yeah.
Because it's a good story. It's a different take
Mhm.
on the
Yeah.
story of Oz and the Wizard of Oz and Wicked Witch
Yeah.
of the West, if you will.
Isn't this
So we'll
just a part
see.
1 too?
That I'm
Do what
not
now?
entirely sure of.
I think they split it up into 2 parts, so this is like part 1 of it
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that they're
okay.
doing.
That'll be interesting
I'm fine
because,
with
like, uh, Dear Evan Hansen made a movie,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
we went and saw that when they came here, the Broadway musical, or I guess the musical, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
When they came here, and so then when I watched the movie, that's why I'm excited to see what Wicked does because Dear Evan Hansen did a lot of the same things, but they did change some stuff up because it was a movie. They cut out a lot of the songs
Yeah.
because you can't do all of them or you'd be sitting there for forever.
Right.
But they also added some songs in, like for characters who didn't have songs and changed up some things. So it'll be interesting to see. But that's kind of what my weekend has been. Not a whole lot going on, just hanging out.
All right. I have been watching movies. I've been watching horror movies. Um, I may as well just said the fucking sky is blue. Like that's generic
Right.
as fuck.
I was gonna say, I
yeah.
could be an asshole
What
and
else
just
do I
say,
fucking
really?
do?
Have you
I
guys
know,
have you
right?
guys seen the new Joker movie yet?
No, I haven't
No.
watched it yet. Did you go watch?
Okay.
So you said you were going to go watch it. Did you like it?
Um,
Okay, they say no.
I've heard bad things. About
okay,
it.
so I want to preface this for anyone who may be listening that I have not seen the first one.
Oh, you haven't seen Joker 1?
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh.
So there were things that maybe when I was watching it, it came off to me as a movie that would be maybe more enjoyable if I had seen the first one.
You're probably wrong.
I'm probably wrong, but
Yeah, you're probably wrong. It's
there
probably
were
just bad.
no. Well, here's the thing though, because as a person who enjoys musicals, that was not the problem with the movie. Like
I
know
would
that's
imagine it probably wasn't.
and I know
honestly.
that's what a lot of people are going to tell you. Well, it was a musical. It just threw me off. There was nothing wrong with
Actually,
any.
what I've read is a lot of people didn't mind the musical segments.
Well, then okay, then because
Yeah.
I didn't mind them. They picked really good songs. All the songs they picked fit for the scenes that were happening. I don't think the story.
Did you
itself,
see it, Isaiah?
I have not, because I heard them making a new musical is whatever. I mean, I like musicals. I didn't really want a second Joker movie to be a musical.
I didn't
But
want a
then
second Joker movie.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the first one was great. I enjoyed the first one, but I heard about the ending, and I'm like, and I think that's what a lot of people
Okay.
kind of had
I have to
an
watch
issue
it,
with that
I
I've
guess.
talked to was the ending. So
Yeah, I mean, not seeing the first one, even to me, the ending was like, this doesn't make any sense. But okay.
Okay. I'll have to watch it. But what I have watched was horror movies. I watched obviously we talked about Terrifier 3 already. Last night I watched The Substance, and
Where do y'all find these movies at? What is going on
The
here?
Substance? Have you ever heard of it?
No, that's what I'm saying. You guys
It's
they're
got
just
Demi
making up
Moore
stuff
in it.
now.
It's got Dennis Quaid and Demi Moore. It's in the movie theaters, and it's a fucking awesome movie. Yeah, you should definitely not watch it so we can make you watch it. At an
I
episode.
still need to see it.
Yeah, you need to see it, bro. You're gonna like it. But no, I did. I watched The Substance. That was really good. We just, I've been watching my Ravens as we were recording the last episode. I was multitasking, watching my team. What else did I do? Oh, I bought the Retro Realms arcade games for Halloween and Ash vs. Evil Dead, and they're really fun. They're very fun. They're really hard. So whoever fucking made, which was Boss Team Games, I already know who made them, but
Yeah.
they definitely went to school on the angry video game nerd side-scrolling platformer that you can get on Steam. That's really good and very challenging. Because I can't beat the second level. I'm struggling, man. But it's really good. They're really done really well. I haven't touched the Ash versus Evil Dead one yet. I'm just playing through Halloween right now, and then I'll try and play through the Ash versus Evil Dead one. But yeah, I really like it. So if you like Cuphead and those kinds of side-scrolling platformers that got a lot of challenge to them, I highly recommend the Retro Realms arcade games that they just released for Halloween and Ash versus Evil Dead. They're very good. And then, Isaiah and I recorded a video that all I did was bitch about how much I hate gun media. I don't know if that's going to be published. Well, sure, it'll be up by the time this drops. Because this is coming out in fucking December. So yeah, but yeah, that's how far ahead we are. We're nice and we're moving at a good pace, and that way we can enjoy the holidays. And I can spin my Silent Night, Deadly Night vinyl every fucking night and listen to the glorious Christmas music that was recorded
Warm side of the door
for that fucking movie. I can't wait. All right, let's get into this talk, man. A Christmas horror story. Warren, what are your initial thoughts, man? What do you think?
It was okay. Not as good as Trick or Treat. From the standpoint of what they were kind of trying to do, but
yeah, that's just not even fair though, because that's how good Trick or Treat is.
Well, and I think Trick or Treat did a better job of making you understand what it was. This did not do that.
Okay,
that's fair.
It was very, it didn't seem very well connected.
okay.
At least to me, like there were points where I was like, okay, or is this all going to tie in together? Like, is this all supposed to be separate? Because like Trick or Treat, we started to see all the connections throughout the movie, and how it all worked, and how the stories tied together, and the theme of Halloween and the spirits and why people do what they do during that time. Whereas with this, it was like, it felt like it was trying to do that a little bit, but not really. It was just kind of, here are some horror stories during Christmas time. Some of them connect, some of them don't make any fucking sense. Okay, cool. Like, thanks. Like the Santa thing. Like, I'm like, okay, so then was the thing with the family not, were they also just people who lived in the mall or were at the mall when that was going on? Or like how, because the Krampus thing ended up not being real. It was like in that guy's head.
Well, just that segment. The whole Santa and the North Pole was just in the guy's head, basically.
Right. So then the Krampus stuff with the family was separate from him entirely.
Yeah.
See, like there should have been some connection there because you were doing Krampus, and he had to fight Krampus at the end. You know, you could have argued that she was in the mall with her family. He was running around killing them. So they viewed him as Krampus. But then at the end, he saw, and then she was able to stop him or whatever. But nonetheless, I mean, some of the connection was happening with the cop and the kids at the school. But then that never really tied itself together either, because the mom got her son and just left. And then the kids did a ritual and had a baby. I like it. Just it just was like it was just kind of. It just kind of felt like it was all over the place with.
That's fair
with the stories, and I guess I'm just more a bigger fan of when things kind of put a nice bow on it together. The reveal at the end was pretty crazy though, for him to have just been going around killing all those people.
Right.
That was pretty crazy. Because I was like, what is wrong with the elves? They're like, you know, they're like zombies or like sick or like what's going on? I was expecting some cool reveal, and then it was because you're like, oh, this guy was just in a mall killing people, and they started
Right.
showing you who all the people were and the correlation in the scenes that were happening in his
Yep.
head. So that was cool. I would have actually enjoyed that as a movie by itself, where just the whole movie is, oh, we're in the North Pole, this stuff's happening, he's trying to survive, and then at the end, you find out he has just been killing people this whole time, and that's the big reveal in a
Yeah.
mall, or even if you had it from the both perspectives where you see these things happening, but then you are also under the impression that these people are just in a mall with a psychopath. But every time we get for his perspective, it's North Pole and it's elves that are, sick, or he's trying to fight Krampus, or it's a different, evil thing of Christmas. And you're like, this guy is fucking nuts. But yeah, that would have been an intriguing movie all by itself, just to see that. But the other two things I could have done without, because the boy was just pissing me off, and I just was mad that the mom wouldn't let the dad just beat his butt. I don't understand that logic. He was
I
acting
would have
up.
found out that wasn't their kid real quick if she'd have just let him whoop that ass.
Man, they'd have been okay. They'd have been okay. Well, maybe they wouldn't have, because he tried to whoop his ass and then he died. So
Yeah.
Just would have happened a little quicker.
just very fast. They both would have been dead. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was just okay. Not
It was okay.
yeah.
I like this movie. It's just, like I said, this is only I think might be my second time seeing it. I might have seen it one more time. But I do have some minor complaints with it, I guess. I think I tend to agree that maybe the way they told these stories probably didn't need to be done the way they did.
No.
Because they bounce from story to story. And I almost feel like if they would have told each individual story linearly, they might have come across a little better. Maybe. I just don't feel like I get that impact that they might have been going for by breaking them up and bouncing from story to story. I like each individual story, though.
Yeah.
There isn't a story that they tell in this that I don't vibe with. I think they're all really cool. I like the look of Krampus because he's kind of awesomely bad.
Right.
You nailed it. You said it when we were watching it. He looked like a WWE superstar. And he kind of does. Like, he kind of looks like he'd get ready to try and jump from the top rope. But yeah, I kind of like the way he looks because he looks kind of awesomely bad in a way. I think if I had to compare, I don't know why this is a comparison because it's really not. But if I had to compare this movie with Krampus, I think I kind of have even more fun with this one a little bit.
Yeah.
I do really like the way Krampus is portrayed in the other movie, though, the comedy, right. The dark comedy. Yeah. I think that movie almost could have certainly been better than this. But I actually think I kind of enjoy this movie a little more. We've got lots of Christmas horror movies, though. Obviously, we're only doing 2 this month. But yeah, Isaiah, tell me about your first experience watching this movie.
First time I saw it was actually by chance because my ex-wife bought it and wanted to watch it. And I had seen it around. I'm like, this doesn't look like something I would want to watch. So something good came out of that fucking marriage. It was I learned about this movie.
Damn.
I mean,
you know what else good came out of that marriage? A divorce. No,
pretty much. But no, yeah. So that's the first time I had seen it. I enjoyed it. I will agree that the way that they took the stories and kind of broke them up and kind of switched back and forth, like you guys were saying,
yeah,
it works for Trick or Treat, but for this, it doesn't really work because it kind of takes you out of it every time it changes because you're like watching this and then they switch and it's like, oh yeah, this was going on too. So let me retract my mind to get back into this story.
Yeah.
When we were getting deep into the story before, and same thing with the one after. It's just like and the back and forth just kind of made it like, So I agree. If it was more linear, say like a VHS type movie,
Yeah, a traditional
I think it'll work better.
anthology, I guess, would be the way to say it.
The stories came off as like they would have been better off as episodes and like a series.
No, yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah, but, I think I agree. Yeah, I mean, I do like that there's things I like about like the tying together, pseudo tying together aspect of them, but I just think that they probably would have benefited from a slightly more linear reveal.
Agreed.
There's some really, really good stuff in these movies. I think probably my favorite story overall is probably the Santa one.
Oh, for
where
sure.
He's murdering all these kids at a fucking mall. But I think that I like that most because that probably has the darkest reveal. In a sense, because obviously all the stories, all four of the stories have they're all pretty dark in their nature, of course, but that's pretty fucked up. That the reveal is pretty fucked up. That it's literally the dude just went fucking nuts and he's just killing everybody at the fucking mall. That's pretty dark shit.
No, I definitely like that one. I do also I do kind of like the Changeling one.
Yeah, that's probably.
Do I wish they could have did? Do I wish they could have did something different in that one? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things in this movie they could have done a lot better. But I mean, for what we got, I definitely think those two are the highlight segments for this movie, where the Changeling and this one. I didn't care for the fucking making a baby one. That one just felt boring to me. It still feels boring to me.
Yeah, that's fair. Probably the weakest one.
Yeah, and like the family one's all right. I kind of like the comedy in that one because they're just all stupid fucking idiots.
I think it's hilarious.
They just deserve to die.
Like when the dad's all laying there dying, and then all of a sudden the kid gets, and they all just leave. The like, nobody gives a fuck about him, but nobody gives a fuck about anybody in that family. Really, they're all kind of shitbags. Yeah, this came out in 2015, and it was only released in Canada in theaters. I don't think this may not even have been out in theaters. But you know what? Ironically, this movie was released in October of 2015. October 23rd, this movie was released in Canada. Right before Halloween, they released A Christmas Horror Story. I thought that's kind of interesting choice. To take that route, not take advantage of the actual holiday itself. I don't know, it's pretty interesting. Any scenes that kind of stick out in your head that you guys want to talk about, Warren?
I mean, everything had its moments, like the boy crawling on the ceiling. That was creepy. The moment with the reveal of kind of the Changeling when she's looking and she puts the window down and you see him in the window. Obviously anything with the Santa was crazy. He sliced that guy's head off and just the top of his brain was still there. And then, just the elf cutting its fingers or whatever off like crazy. Yeah. It's interesting. I always find it interesting when they don't show you the kills, but like they show you how they were killed. If that makes sense, like they don't show the person being killed, but when you come back, you see like, oh, she stabbed him in the face. Like that is crazy. I always think that's interesting because I always wonder if they deem it too graphic or if they're like, we don't want to hit them with too much. We've already hit them with this. Or if it's just a way of like saving on budget, right? Like how much of it is that versus other things. But that was crazy. I was ready for that guy's hands to be like twisted when they were crucifying, but then she just snapped his neck, and I was like, "Oh, thank you so much. You're so nice.
You're a lovely human being."
And I guess I guess as far as scenes, like usually we're talking about kills or anything, but I will say the oddity of the baby situation, the girl giving up her son or trying to abort the child and then regretting it and wanting someone else to then have the baby or have a baby, whatever.
Okay,
That
so
story,
that story is told on, and this is why I think these stories should be a little bit linear. The actual story that they told was she got pregnant in a convent and was forced to have an abortion. So the ghost is just trying
to have the baby,
to have her baby.
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, she was forced into a grisly abortion by the nuns at the convent. And it, like I said, that's why I genuinely think these stories would actually have benefited from a more linear storytelling process, because some of that stuff just kind of gets lost when you're bouncing from story to story.
Yeah,
Right.
but
So,
also with that story, I don't care.
and
I
that's
think that's
fair.
part of the problem. Like I really
That's
don't.
also fair
I
too.
don't. And so then when you have the scene when they're actually making out and you have all of the logic there, right? Like they set it up at the beginning when he was clearly envious of the guy they were with that was able to be with the girl. He clearly wanted to have that as well. So it made sense when she threw herself at him that he would just accept it. He was
Hmm.
very willing. But it's just like it felt like to me the story didn't fit in with like the rest of the stories. Like it
Yeah.
seemed
That's
like
fair.
it took away from the movie. Like if you took that
That's
out
very
and
fair,
then it
because
was
that
just
could have
the
happened
changeling.
on. Yeah, that could have happened around any time.
Yeah. That
You know.
like if you
Yeah.
that gave me more of like a a haunting in Connecticut type of
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
feel or whatever, any type of possession or whatever. But the changeling, the family with Krampus, and then the cop, the cop, um, the Santa Claus at the
Hmm.
mall, all of that had about to me the same type of energy or vibe to it as it pertained to the movie. Um, and then obviously just William Shatner is just great in a lot of stuff. So I didn't care what his
Yeah.
thing was because he just pops up randomly. And I maybe and I know that was my reaction a lot of time, like this guy. But I think that has something to do with the way it was laid out as well, because he would just pop up. And you're just
Right.
like,
Right.
what is the purpose of his character besides just entertaining us, comedic relief, if you will? Um,
Yeah.
but if you tell that story, like you say, more linear with the cop and the cop, I keep saying that uh, at the mall and with the Santa and how more and more delusional, because that was the thing is it felt like William Shatner's character was getting more and more delusional, but we were just not under the same impression that he had because we didn't know what was actually going on. So the more the movie progressed, he looked a little more like, oh, he's just drunk, he's just saying whatever, and it's like, no, there's actually something going on here. He's very aware of what is happening. Um, so yeah, like a very linear storytelling from that perspective would have helped with the other three stories. I don't think it would have made a difference with the other story, in my opinion.
Right. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I tend to maybe agree that I think that one with the ghost wanting to get the boy pregnant is kind of, it feels kind of forced into
Yeah.
this. It probably could have been its own short story, or part of a different anthology.
Yeah.
But the other ones feel pretty good. They all fit pretty well into the Christmas aesthetic. Okay. So overall, though, you thought you were like, it's okay, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
it is
I didn't
okay for a
enjoy
movie
the
to be fine in this day and age. I've been talking with Rod a lot about it, and he says, and I think I tend to agree. It seems like everything's either the best thing that was ever made or the worst thing that was ever made. Um, and that's not true. It's totally
yeah no
movies
you
are
Yeah.
can you
totally
can
okay to just be fine.
Okay, something that
Yeah,
like okay, I
totally
watched
fine.
it once. I'm never gonna watch it again.
So,
Like
yeah.
it was cool, cool one-time experience.
Yeah. All right. Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you loved it. I'm glad it's your favorite movie of all time. And so the next step, I'm really excited about this next one.
Oh
man.
my god, I am so pumped for
Dude,
this next one.
Yeah, you
It's
picked
not
some
even
good
funny.
movies. You announced this last one, didn't you? Or did I?
Yes.
You did. Okay.
You did. You did.
I
Wait,
did.
so
Oh,
we're having
I'm
a
pretty sure
bye
so.
week? Oh, I am so excited.
Yeah.
No?
So
Oh, damn.
Isaiah, tell Warren what we're making him watch, bud.
So we are going to be watching one that in the last few years it came out and it's become one that I fucking love for Christmas. So on the next episode, to close out the Christmas season, we're going to make you watch Christmas Bloody Christmas.
What?
Yeah, we
And-
are.
What I will say about this movie, we made last year for the Christmas season, we made you watch Silent Night, Deadly Night. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So think of that and the Terminator have a love child.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Fuck yeah.
Christmas, Bloody Christmas.
Christmas Bloody Christmas came out in 2022, directed by Joe Begos and starring the wonderful and adorable Riley Dandy.
Okay. Well, this is another one that's fairly recent.
Yep.
So, we're starting to dive a little bit into the more modern horror.
Yeah, I can't wait till next year because I want to. It's garbage day next year, dude. Like it's fucking garbage day next year. In 1 year you'll understand that joke.
Okay.
So,
all right.
525,600 minutes. You'll get it in a year. So, all right. Me and Isaiah have. Okay, let me start this over. Isaiah has been busting his ass, and I've been with him.
Have you? Have you been with them?
Yeah. Well, we recorded 13 movie reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, we recorded 13 movie reviews, and he's edited them all down, and they're all scheduled to hit our YouTube channel because we reviewed every Halloween movie. Now, obviously, those are all up by now.
Yep.
But since it's still going on, I have to tell you how much I love you, bro, because you bust your ass for us, and that was a lot of work, and I know it was, and I've piled some other work on him since then, and he's a fucking champion, and without him, this podcast would not exist. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah.
So I love you, bro, and I appreciate everything you do for this podcast, man, because you do a whole lot of work. And I know it's a lot of work because I've done it in the past, too.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, guys. Everybody go like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think of Christmas Horror Story in the comments. Let's talk some holiday horror in the comments, guys. Anything that you two want to add before we slide out of here?
Have a good holiday season. We're
Yeah,
right
good
before
holiday
Christmas,
season,
so enjoy the rest of the season.
Yeah.
All right.
That.
What
All
All
both
right.
of you said. What you said about
Yeah.
Isaiah and then what Isaiah said
There
to
you go.
people. I agree
All
with
right.
both statements.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Of Christmas Bloody Christmas next episode. I'm really fucking excited. I can't wait. Thank you all so much for the love. With all that being said, we will catch you on the next episode.